Hello, everyone. Welcome to part two. Hopefully, you've just watched part one. These guys are so amazing, and the roleplay is fantastic. And I had so much fun playing with the fact that they were the NPCs with the exclamation marks above their head for someone who was clearly an adventurer. Which is
have you
cool.
have you designed the dulcimer thing now? We're in part two. That must mean we're in week two.
Dogma territory.
No, this is only 5 minutes later.
No, Ben, no, this is week two. You promised.
Oh, okay, yeah, there won't be dulcimer. I was a slacker. I had a really hard week. It seemed to flash by like just unbelievably quickly. Wow. Awesome. On that wonderful note. So yeah, the day goes past. Do you want to pump your husband for information lying in bed that night, Johnny? Do you want to do it at breakfast with the others in the morning, or
maybe Johnny? Maybe you went to bed and they were still talking, and this is like your day
right.
night.
Yeah, I like that. It's like completely derailed by the arrival.
I love it.
And I'm like, they're going to be
okay.
Here. I'm out.
Okay.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah, Gwendolyn and I have finished our 5th game of chess.
Yeah,
that's right.
And
And everyone just ends up going to bed.
There's only
so many games of chess I can lose in a row before it gets boring. I'm just assuming that Arland wins every game, right?
That's
Probably,
right.
yeah.
I love it. I love it. Fantastic. It's just like, yeah, okay, good. I love it. So maybe in the morning then. Let me just trying to find the right Science-Scope sound. This is exciting, isn't it? Okay, I did find one. Yeah, so in the morning you kind of maybe they've fallen asleep. No, yeah, what would they do? They'd go. Halflings wouldn't sleep in a pub. They'd go somewhere comfortable, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got some
Maybe-
nice halfling-sized beds, upstairs to cater.
There's probably a couple of comfy armchairs by the fire that they just ended up in.
Yeah.
I mean, these kind of taverns, people sleep in the tavern itself on the tables. And
Yeah,
stuff.
that's true.
So
Okay. So maybe you get sick of waiting and you're packing up the tavern late that night, and you just pull up a couple of armchairs and indicate to the halflings they'd probably be more comfortable moving over there, and they sort of move over there and fall asleep. And you come down in the morning. So maybe you come to pick up your husband, perhaps, or something. Your husband would have a job to do. Maybe it's very early.
He does have to work. It's like really early, busy
day. That's right. This is
the day of the new arrivals.
New clients arriving. Obviously, some clients stay for multiple weeks, but this is the day that new clients are allowed to be introduced into the process, because the whole phase of this 7-day week that has been adopted on Stormwreck Island, despite the reality of the rest of the world working on a 10-day week. It seems like the island has given in to Renara's highly organized sort of scheduling situation, and it just completely adapted. Yep. Which creates some sort of time zone style confusions with ships who want to arrive on certain days of the month which don't exist on this island. But anyway, people work it out. Excellent. So maybe you come down and maybe you shake your husband awake.
Yep.
Early on. So
we're supposed to be at the hospice in half an hour.
Oh my gosh, such a lovely evening. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I believe I neglected you, darling.
Oh well, you halflings. Once you get 2 halflings together, you can't get a word in edgeways.
There'll be another 7-day coming up, won't there? That's day 6. Yes, date night. I'll work extra special to pay attention to you, darling, next week. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Oh, I think these clothes will have to do. Absolutely. I'm a bit ruffled. Starts pressing down his shirt.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll bring out the bacon and eggs and watered down ale or whatever it is that we drink.
Yeah, for breakfast.
I can use a bard spell, like a cantrip. I am prestidigitation. I can say that word.
Prestidigitation.
How many prestidigitation?
That's right.
2 hours later, Johnny's still going at it.
To clean his clothes with a little song.
Beautiful. He was kind of hoping you'd do that, like was vainly
He's sort of trying to brush
down
himself down, and I just
That's right.
all the the ale stains or whatever all just sort of draw off into the air.
Passive aggressive song that reminds him of the problem.
Yep, kill him with kindness.
Yeah.
Just make him feel even more guilty by being
would Tommy be there? Maybe Tommy would have vanished. Tommy, I don't know. No, Tommy would have enjoyed.
Oh yeah, Tommy.
Tommy's the halfling rogue, sort of who was accompanying the hefty human.
Under
Tommy have
gallows.
Stayed. Yes, under gallows. Yeah.
I'd be happy to have had accommodation for him separate to his master.
Yeah, that's cool. You could have let him know.
I wouldn't have gone to bed before the guests, so...
No, that's right. Okay, yeah, so maybe Tommy looked like stirring. Maybe Johnny's husband went to sleep at some point, and Tommy was sort of left there, and you offered some accommodation, which he was extremely grateful for. Okay, so Tommy's not there. Yeah. So you're stuffing down bacon. Sorry. What's your husband's name?
Harding.
I need to know. Harding is telling me that. Oh, found out some information. They've been sent by Arabeth herself, and they've been sent to. I believe they're possibly mistaken. I believe a lock of hair from a dryad would probably suffice if they're looking for a bit of a dryad. I told them Runara would be able to help them find a dryad if there's a dryad on the island. I didn't think there was a dryad, but maybe there's a dryad. And apparently they need some sort of Arabeth needs some sort of spell component for something that she's preparing.
Can I make an Arcana check to see what type of spell that would be?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
12.
12.
Not great.
You know, Arabeth, Lady Arabeth de Tylemarandi is an elven paladin of Tyr. So if it's her magic, it's got to be banishing evil or healing. It's definitely going to be super duper duper holy. Lady Arabeth is the chief advisor to the Lord of Neverwinter, whose name I can't currently find. And she basically
not Peregon Pladdenson.
No.
No.
At this time, hang on, Lord Nasher Alagonda. She's sort of essentially his hand, and she, they oversee Neverwinter in this current period of stability. He's known as a good lord, though he's still a Neverwinter guy. So yeah, but she probably doesn't smell as much as a normal Neverwinter person. Certainly from her reputation, being exceedingly beautiful and powerful. Oh, she sent them to find some bits of a dryad for some sort of spell that they need. Interesting. He's not very nice to Tommy, by the way. This man, Arik is his name.
Yes, he didn't strike me as a particularly nice person.
But if Arabeth is using him, then he must be very noble in some way. Or useful, I suppose.
Yes, my concern and my desire not to give him too much help was mostly based on his character. I don't trust that he would treat the dryad with much respect. He's likely to just kill the dryad and hack off a finger or something.
Yeah, didn't he say it had to go willingly?
I'm not sure he understands how that works, though. These simple folk, they seem to just think they can kill everything that comes along, and it's always the solution to every problem. See the size of his sword.
Murder hobos.
Well, perhaps we can do some good by encouraging him to do the right thing.
Yes. Well, Tommy said he. Sorry. Yes.
I would be willing to help with that. I mean, if between the two of us, we've done some trekking around this island. Perhaps we could help them find the link.
Yes. Well, they're going to head up to the hospice once they awake. I'm afraid I tired out old Tommy. I think he was nodding off by the end there. Okay, well, they're going to head to the hospice once they awake. I've definitely... gotta go. Okay, I think I won't be too late. He's looking at one of his prized possessions, which is a water clock, which is famously made in Neverwinter. These devices that keep time.
I sing him another little song, which is to cast Long Strider, which gives him an extra 10 feet of speed.
Fantastic.
For the next hour.
Oh, you're amazing. What did I ever do to deserve you? And he tiptoes you up a little bit and gives you a kiss. And then, toodaloo, see you this evening. And just like zooms with beautiful speed and finesse out the door. And you can just imagine him dipping and weaving through all the tall people through the docks as he makes his way up out of the town and into the countryside. Is he a heck of a long too far away? We'll work that out later. Maybe he's a couple of hours late. Yes.
Yeah. How far does he have to run?
Yeah. It's like.
I guess it's not a huge island. I mean, it's big, but it's not big.
That's right. Yeah. We can calculate that later.
Yeah. Might take him an hour. Or...
That's right. Yeah. I think it's like 6 miles or something. So probably an hour and a half or something. Yeah.
Maybe there's horses or something that.
Yeah.
Are provided.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. That makes sense, actually. You wouldn't want to walk back and forth, so halflings would be more likely to walk. The long strider does it's like 25% more speed or something. Anyway, that's his own problem. That's his own bed to lie in. He let this happen.
1 minute.
That's right.
No, for an hour. Yeah. It gives him for an hour.
Okay,
so I reckon
okay,
you can get there in an hour with long strider.
Yeah, okay. Excellent. And halflings have this way of crossing countryside smoothly, invisibly, and efficiently. Yeah, absolutely. Though, if the berries don't waylay him along the way, he has been known to stop and pick berries, which is infuriating.
Well, he needs second breakfast.
They need second breakfast, that's right. Half an hour in, he says. But Renara presumably understands that. She's given him quite an important position, welcoming people.
If today is as busy as it is for him, it's probably going to be just as busy for Renara.
Yes, absolutely.
So Tommy and Arik might have trouble getting some time to talk to them today.
Arik comes down the stairs, stretching, looking quite comfortable and quite clean, smelling reasonable. Did you end up taking taste or smell, John?
Smell.
That's right. Yes, you can smell. You can smell that the various herbs you offered him in a semi-selfish manner.
Yeah, maybe even got his clothes cleaned or something.
Yes,
I've
that's
got
lovely.
mending as well, I think so.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Yes, you would definitely have night services available to you. Yeah, I love it. Huh. He's like, oh, thank you for cleaning my clothes.
Can I offer you some breakfast? Cook.
Me too.
Cook. Wake up.
Yes, the furball stirs again and chucks a few rashers of bacon onto the heated iron skillet, which he's had the fire burning since 5 a.m. this morning. Looks around for a chair.
So where are you headed?
You didn't have any revelations as to where the dryad is, did you?
No. No, I didn't. But if anyone was looking for information, then we do have a library.
Yes. Where is this library?
Well, you'd be wanting to go to the hospice.
Uh-huh.
But
The hospice.
I would, if I were you, I would wait a day.
Uh-huh. Yes.
This is the busiest day. Well, one of the busiest days.
Certainly sounds busy outside.
So I would wait. You know what? I'd wait a couple of days.
Uh-huh.
Yes. The first
Yes.
day. The first day is always quieter.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. I hear you keep a strange time calendar on Stormwreck Island. Is that correct?
No. It's everyone else that has a strange calendar system. No, I'm dead serious.
Oh,
They're
yes.
right. They're the right ones.
Yep.
Excellent. So, today is which day?
Today's the
It would be-
6th day.
It would be free day. Yep. And your
7th day.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4,
Free
5,
day.
6. Sorry. Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, your date. No,
I got
was
this
on the
crazy
5th
idea.
day.
We could
Yes.
give them like names like something day each day.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Nah.
Like,
No,
like-
it wouldn't catch on. You're right. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, silly
Yeah,
idea.
maybe you
Sorry
could
for
name them
mentioning.
after the gods or something.
Ah. Or at least if we're trying to be players and trying to remember them and easily operate with them, we could give them names that are similar to what we have on Earth, even though they
Maybe.
would be different, obviously, in the fantasy world.
Yes.
Monday,
Like common
Tuesday,
sounds
Wednesday,
a lot like-
Thursday.
Why don't we give
Friday.
them the names of that we have here on Earth, but mix them up to make
That's
it
right.
easier, to make it more immersive? You know?
Either way, the best day, absolutely, where the whole welcoming thing, people arrive today, the next day they are getting organized, and the day after that would indeed arguably be probably more favorably received by Renara to be lists of complications. There is some degree of urgency, though.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What kind of urgency is there?
I am a mission from Lady. I am on a mission from Lady Arabeth herself.
Yes. Sounds very important.
Exciting.
And
Yes.
what does she want with the dryad?
She wants some bits of a dryad.
Yes, but what does she want them
Why?
for?
What bits?
And how fresh?
Something willingly given.
Hmm.
At this
So I
point,
guess you can't.
Tommy appears at the top of the stairs. Yes, yeah.
So I guess you
Okay.
can't like kill them and take them that way. You have
Yes.
You have to chat to them. And,
Yes.
Oh, you'll be needing someone who speaks to dryads.
who speaks Dryad on Stormwreck Isle?
What sort of language would a dryad speak?
Dryadian.
Dredodish, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Oh.
you
Oh.
Elvish.
I speak Elvish.
So do I, actually.
Oh.
That's
Ah.
amazing.
This is useful.
I've actually spoken to a dryad before.
Really?
Yes, they don't tend to how should I put this politely? They don't tend to have very much to say.
Uh-huh.
It might be difficult to get one to cooperate to the extent of willingly giving you part of themselves.
Yes.
Do you have anything you could trade with them that they might want to give in return?
Oh, that's a
He
good
glance-
idea.
He glances at his henchman. And Tommy's there, just like crossed arms, looking kind of far more empowered and indignant than you saw him last night. And comes. I smell bacon. Is there bacon?
Cook! Another plate. Cook! Hurry up!
The slap of sizzling start.
Or I'll wake the
I've been-
bard.
I've been thinking about it, Eric. I think a lock of hair would probably suffice. It's probably, you can give me Arcana checks again if you like.
I have luscious hair. I think I've. What did you call it, Johnny, last week? Not a bald mullet. A
Skullet.
skullet.
Scarlet!
A 17. Does that
right.
17.
do me any better?
You're a wizard, and you have done a
you're
lot of
11.
reading. And you suspect indeed a lock of Dryad's hair, imbued so magically and beautifully and blondely as it is, would almost certainly suffice as if someone were requiring
Yeah.
a spell component of a Dryad, as opposed to a lopped off finger, which is probably going to get you in far more trouble than it's worth.
Done a bit of reading overnight, and I think definitely a lock of hair would. I agree with Tommy. A lock of hair would do a great deal of. Would suffice.
I've got some back
Yeah,
hair you can have.
Not a Dryad though. Not last time we checked.
Good. A lock of hair it is then. Now we just have to find this Dryad.
Well,
Renara knows where the Dryad is. He looks sort of at Tommy as if he's sort of outraged that he's spoken. Who's Renara? Which you all had explained.
Well,
already,
she sort of runs the island and the hospice. But like I said, she's very busy until first day.
Uh-huh. Very well. Well, I have some wounds that could use some healing.
Well,
Some
I
rest.
can help you in that department.
Really?
Well, for the right price.
He pulls up sort of his shirt, and there is a massive gash open on his stomach. It's sort of half closed up with some sort of bandages around his thing, but it's definitely been bleeding a fair bit.
Oh, I'm sure there's a tale attached to that wound.
Ah, yes, tale that bring fame to my name.
Right.
He sort of narrows his eyes at the orc,
Oh.
and then sort of.
Oh, that's awkward.
The orc kind of averts his gaze and goes back to his book.
And then he sort of goes to begins to looks to expand on the story, and then sort of thinks better of it. Says, "Well, yes, you have some healing ability."
Well, I have been known to heal a little bit. Used to be a cleric back in the day.
Used to, gave up being useful.
Well, there's a story attached to that, and it's a bit too early in the morning to be talking about such matters. Here, why don't we
Very
get you
well.
back in the water, and we'll do some healing. It'll only cost you 3 gold.
Yeah, you can make a killing out of actual healing.
Come on.
Very well, much appreciated. Excellent. Okay, does the furbolg bring the food out at breakfast time? I suppose you presume
He
your
does if he
wait
knows
staff
what's good
are-
for him.
That's right.
I'll wake the bard up unless he gets the food out.
The furbolg.
He prefers doing breakfast than dinner because it's
It's
no
quieter.
food.
musical accompaniment.
Yeah, the thought of missing out on Gwendolyn potentially playing is not as much of a bad price to pay as potentially hearing the other bard playing. It's that much worse than how good Gwendolyn's playing is good. That's right. He turns out with 2 plates.
He
2
kind
more
of
plates,
just
that's right.
tosses them
Yeah.
out.
That's right, yeah. They slide across the table and bump a little bit, and the bacon sort of pops out a little bit. And Arik sort of just picks up sort of the bacon in his hand, and it's a bit hot, so he puts it down briefly and shakes his hand, and then blows on it a bit, and then picks up the plate. Show me to these waters. I have the gold, and I could use the healing. Though I feel this will take a few days' rest, healed by magic regardless.
Well, you're in the best establishment.
Excellent.
Yeah. All right.
So-
I'll after breakfast. Yeah. But he's obviously not that badly off if he's able to move around and sleep and
Yeah.
yeah.
He sort of bandaged it up, and obviously your food and wine presumably played some role in it being a bit better.
Yeah, maybe. I did spit
Give
in it.
give me a medicine check. And like a
I got a 12,
Yeah.
and I've got
12.
cure wounds.
yeah. So you cast cure wounds on him as a part of your ritual, however you go about it, combined with the healing waters and everything. That sounds fantastic. Maybe you cast on the water, do you, and then immerse the
Yeah, I think there's probably like
Subject.
it enhances the experience
Yeah.
of healing.
Mm.
I can also do detect poisons and diseases. So if there's anything that
You're gonna
is
do that?
extra, then yeah.
Okay, so you cast detect poison. Detect. Is that two different?
It
spells,
says
is
poison
or-
and disease.
Yeah. Okay. Good. There's something strange about this wound. It's more than just a blade. Whether it's on his skin. Has anyone encountered impetigo? And this is a real world bacteria that lives on the surface of your nose.
Yeah.
Often lives on the surface. It can be up your nose, and babies will get like a normal cut, but then they'll transfer impetigo into the cut, and it basically becomes unhealable kind of thing.
Yeah, wow.
And then you can have. I remember my daughter once had on her elbow. She had a mark on her elbow and also on her tummy just here. And we're like, where are these two wounds? It's like the doctor was like, because her elbow rests on her tummy just there, and it's basically breeding it.
Yeah,
So there's
wow.
some sort of resistance infection, quite nasty infection in this wound.
Oh, I'll tell him. I'm afraid I can only do so much. Your wound is has a sickness to it that may require healing from the hospice. If you are
yes.
to fully recover.
You seem to have done quite a good job. I mean, you have closed the wound, and it's got the
Well, I am
purple-
sober right now.
That's right. Got the sort of the purple line and with slight sort of gold sparkly edges of a magically healed wound. He will certainly need some rest, but the wound was So it's not like you haven't succeeded in healing it, but it's definitely
It could
Well,
have
I
a
don't know, maybe.
recurring kind of malady that comes back, yeah.
Yeah. It's quite nasty. But Renara definitely, obviously, her skill is vastly superior to your own. And she didn't spend any time wasting her time on sort of miscreant activities either. Cool. Tommy comes down and says, "Your husband, is that right?
Yes, indeed.
He's quite the good fellow. It must be quite a good story about how you two got together, I bet."
Oh, I'm not sure about that. We met here on the Isle and just hit it off.
See, anyone would be able to get on with him. He's marvelous.
Oh, indeed. He's
Everyone's been.
quite a charming man. He's a good talker too, I think you found.
Well, most halflings are good talkers, but yes,
Indeed.
he could certainly talk the ear off an antelope. This bacon's excellent.
Is that a phrase?
It is now.
It is
Yeah.
now. It's a thing.
Whatever. You don't even know what an antelope is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like presumably some
Never.
mysterious magical
Some dragon
creature.
or something, I imagine.
That's right. Yeah. This is excellent bacon. Your barkeep certainly knows his business.
Yeah, please don't tell him that. Hard enough to get him to work.
Yum, yum. Well, if we're to stay here for a couple of days before heading up to the hospice, what's the best entertainment in this good town?
Well, there's a brothel just down near the docks. But if you want to see some sightseeing, then there's dragon bones to be seen. Oh, we've got a museum that shows off some of the very first dragon bones they found around here.
Huh?
Or you could go
If
to
you're
the
up
dig
for
site.
if you're up for a bit of a hike, there's a good promontory that you can go out and watch the ships come and go.
I'm
Maybe-
more interested in the dragon bones.
Sure.
I thought he was going to say
doing.
brothel, but yeah.
That's right.
I'm more interested in the brothel. Like, oh, yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Just stays inside for 36 hours. That's right. They're all cool locations. The Dragon Man Museum, the dig site sounds super cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Or you could
Excellent.
go to the healing baths. They get a lot of people
Yep.
through. Although today I would probably avoid it. Maybe on first day.
Excellent. Good. Okay, that's about all we need to cover.
There's
in this
also
session.
an amateur dramatic society which is putting on a play.
Excellent. Amateur dramatics. It's like whatever the fantasy equivalent of Gilbert and Sullivan is.
Yes.
A whole lot of
the pantomime.
highly detailed and hilarious political references, which will be completely lost on audiences in about 70 years.
Dilbert and Gullivan.
and all the lead role is which is meant to be a sort of a 16-year-old waif, is always played by Mrs. Haggerton Smythe, it weighs sort of 250 pounds and has an enormous wobbly alto voice.
I've heard they're possible. Cook likes it, don't you, Cook?
Enthusiastic.
Cook, you like him, don't you? Cook.
Oh, Mrs. Haggerton Smythe, she cuts a fine jib. He's like serious too. He's
he's definitely into it.
They're very funny, but they're terrible singers.
That's right. The 3 times you've seen him actually speak to Mrs. Haggerton Smythe, he just gets starstruck, completely mute. Can't just stands there sort of looking at his feet and shuffling in the dirt.
I'm picturing him in the first row and no one can see behind him. But he always sits in the front row.
Right in the middle.
Yeah. Best seats in
loudly cheers and claps, absolutely, with this enormous reverberating.
Laughs at all the right spots.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, he's completely au fait. I love it. That's fantastic.
Theatre loving furbolg.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah.
So they do in
Love
fact
it.
take advice. The fighter Arik is very much in need of rest, and you do see to him over a couple of days and get this wound starting to actually close up more than just stitched together by magic.
Would lesser restoration remove the
so maybe at one point
poison or whatever they?
Yeah, so you try lesser restoration at one point, and it just has almost no effect. And it does become a bit of a study with the group. Trying to work out whether this is an arcane effect or whether it's a divine effect or whether it's a disease, an actual just physical disease, or whether it's what. And it does seem to pretty much confound the 3 of you. And there's something going on. He's got some sort of pathological thing going on, which is a bit of a mysterious. You do trust that Renara will fairly quickly work out what the heck's going on. She's genius.
And as I've touched the wound, now everyone in the tavern will get it, so that's good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure the healers have some kind of thing. Surely they did back in the day, right? They washed their hands, right?
I suppose it depends on the nature of the pathogen.
Yeah.
Rubber glove kind of
That's right. That's right. Yeah, dragon
skin.
gut line. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The halfling lives it up, freed from his normal subservient role, anonymous almost as it is, shadowing the main character, and he does in fact attend the theatre
and the brothel.
Well, we'll keep that between. We'll allow him the discretion.
Towering women.
That's right. Yes, giant women. He does come back one day with a particular twinkle in his eye.
Time for snoo.
That's right.
The petite women.
You suspect he's been stealing from Arik in order to pay for all these entertainments, but none of you really care, so that's fine.
Yeah.
He seems pretty happy to give out gold, so...
Yeah, that's right. Yes, he's clearly been paid in advance, at least to a certain extent, by Arabeth, who is presumably completely loaded coming from Arabeth, coming from Neverwinter. I suppose we can come back starting on... Well, either heading out to the hospice. Is planned at all of you going to accompany them up there? And
yeah, I think I might be able to make introductions into the library, or and Johnny can introduce to Renata.
And maybe
yeah,
I have a
Nara.
supply of mead or something that I deliver up to the hospice on
Which is
the sixth day or seventh day or something.
That sounds good. Yeah. Well, you were going to go on the first day,
first
weren't
day,
you?
yeah.
When things are quietened down. So that would
The
be
streets
an
are
appropriate
easier.
time. Yeah, that would be a very appropriate time when people would have time to unload and load and everything once everything's all sort of semi-organized. Yeah. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, excellent. Hooray!
How
Yay!
fun.
Yeah. Such great characters. My gosh, you guys are amazing. Thank you for watching, everyone. And yeah, stick down in comments, anyone who's still here, any suggestions as we requested. And see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.